Hey everyone, it's Elisa from Minaya's Toy Box Crochet, and I'm here to share with you my whips and faux. But before I do that, I want to show you this. Isn't it so beautiful? It's a Notions pouch. Look at inside. It's beautiful. This is from Ella from No Catchy Name. She did she sells project bags and Notion pouches, and I was hoping to buy a project bag. But yeah, I was a little late. I didn't get to get a project bag. Instead, I got this really cute Notions bag. Notions pouch. Oh my gosh, I'm saying it wrong. But anyways, instead I got this really cute Notions pouch. It's so adorable. It's purple. I love that. Yeah, this is the one I found. There was no bags, but there was this, and I love it, and I will use it. I have already used it, actually. I don't have anything in here right now, but I did before. And she gave this card with it. Isn't it so adorable? Thank you. I love it. And it also came with a stitch marker. Here, let me show you the stitch marker. I found this really big safety pin, and I thought it'd be perfect to put all my stitch markers in. I'll show you all my fancy stitch markers. I don't have much. This is the stitch marker I got from Ella. So I'll show you my stitch markers. I have, obviously, this one from Ella. This one was from my last Lether box, the May box. And this one was, I once bought a fancy crochet hook. It was a clover hook with clay. So this stitch marker came with it. And then here's another one from Lether, the February one. And the rest of them, this one, and this one are stitch markers that I made with charms that I had. Speaking of stitch markers, the other day I was going through my stuff and I found this. Aren't they pretty? Look, I used to do bead weaving, and I made these to make a necklace. This is by a pattern by Sabine Lepart. Here's the book. Really, really nice book. I mean, her stuff are absolutely stunning. Anyway, so I used to bead weave. It didn't last too long. I got pregnant soon after I started, and when I was pregnant, I did quite a few. But, after the baby was born, it was a little difficult to crochet. To bead weave. But I still persisted. I still did it. And then, sorry, I'm looking through the pages to find the page with the necklace. But, it was when my son started getting into my stuff that I stopped. So this is the necklace I was planning to make. I obviously did not finish it. I made, I believe, all of these components, but I still need to make a whole lot of these ones. And I thought this might make a nice stitch marker. I don't know, maybe it's a little big. I'm not ready to turn it into a stitch marker. I'm not sure if I will, because, excuse me, if I do turn it into a stitch marker, I'm giving up on the fact that I'm making the necklace, that I'm going to have this beautiful necklace one day. You make all these little things, and that component and this component, and you attach them with jump rings. And it makes an absolutely gorgeous, as you saw in the picture, necklace. But I don't know if I want to turn this into a stitch marker. It might be big for a stitch marker. Am I just trying to convince myself not to make it into a stitch marker? I don't know, but I either have to finish this or I have to do something with these, because I worked really hard on it, and it'd be a shame to leave it in a little plastic bag inside a bead box. We'll see what happens. Meanwhile, let me show you my fasten offs. The first one, it doesn't look like I made much this week. Like last week I had so much to show you. This week I don't have that much. This one was actually something that was already finished in my last video, but the pattern had not been released yet, so I couldn't show it to you. This is a little bunny with her little inner tube going to the beach. The pattern is by Manic Yarn, and it is available in the Round magazine. There she is. I tested her. She's really cute, fun to make. Another fasten off I have, which I actually literally fastened off this morning, is this little basket. So I've decided any little, bits and pieces that I have, I'm going to turn them into baskets because it's fun to make them into baskets. And I like the fact that if I make any little bits and pieces of yarn into a basket, then I have used up the entire skein of yarn and not wasted anything. So I had a gray skein of yarn. I had two of them. They're both worsted weight, 50, well, obviously there was the same yarn. There are 50-gram balls of worsted weight yarn, which is not a lot of yarn. I used up one ball, one skein, and probably a quarter to a little bit more than a quarter in a project. And then I had this little bit of yarn left. And every time I went to start a project, I'd look at it and say, I don't think that's going to be enough. So I took that skein of yarn, or that 3/4 skein of yarn, and any little bits and pieces of yarn I had, and I just worked up until the gray was finished. This is pretty much freehand. I started off with 8 single crochets, and then I increased by 8 until I thought it was thick enough the bottom. In this case, I did it until this color was almost finished. And then I added, look, I had so little left of this blue. I barely made 2 rows of it or 2 rounds of it. And then I just worked up until, the gray finished. I put the blue in the middle instead of just green. And here I still have a very little bit of the green, and that will go into another basket one day. So I finished the basket. Do I feel like I'm going fast? I've been having trouble with my camera, and I don't know, this is like the 3rd time I'm making this video. Actually, I think it might be the 4th time. And I think I'm just rushing through it because I'm afraid my camera will, or my phone will work out, yell at me again and just decide to turn off randomly like it's been doing. Apparently, my memory card has been full, so I've emptied it out, so I should not be having any problems during this video. But if I'm rushing, it's because part of me feels like I'm going to have a problem. I made this hot air balloon. This is a pattern that I wrote, and I wrote it for the In the Round magazine. It's in testing right now, and it's not difficult to make. It's a very easy pattern to follow. What was difficult was these little grooves were a little experimental, and as I was making it, it looked really strange, and I was like, is this working? I wasn't sure that it was working, and so I was sort of like, am I wasting my time? Maybe I should have made a small balloon first to make sure it works, blah, blah, blah. But until I was like up to here and I was actually able to stuff it, I was very nervous about this project. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. I got a notification. I was very nervous about it, and then after I was able to stuff it, I was okay, and I was able to finish it up really quickly. But before that, I remember it probably didn't take too long. It just felt like it took long because I was afraid that it was gonna thing. So I don't believe in sticking to one brand of yarn. So all of these colors are different yarn. This is the ice yarn that I bought. I believe the color was caramel. And this is Red Heart Soft. I do not remember the colorway. This is Loops and Threads. The colorway is Citrus. This is Karen Simply Soft. The colorway is Sunshine or Sunlight. I am so sorry. I keep getting notifications right now. Sorry about that. I don't know how to turn that off. Karen Simply Soft. And this is a Big Twist Value in Sapphire. So that's my balloon. And I think that's the end of my fasten offs. The rest I have is just, what I'm working on. So I am working on a market bag. I think it's going to be a really pretty market bag. I keep getting the name of this yarn mixed up. I call it Cotton Comfy Blend. Sometimes I call it Comfy Cotton Blend sometimes, and I call it Comfy Cotton sometimes. It is line brand comfy cotton blend. And I know that it is that because I took out the sleeve this time. So I am not saying it wrong. The colorway is Lovey Dovey, and I am making a market bag out of it. And the market bag's pattern is called Ocean Serenity or Coastal Serenity. I don't remember. It's one of those. And I will let you know when I finish this bag. I'll show it to you again, and I will let you know the real name of this pattern because I am all frazzled right now. This is the 4th time I'm making the same video, and I just can't seem to remember anything. Yeah, my camera, it just kept turning off, and I didn't understand that it was because my memory card was full. Because I have an internal memory card and the phone memory, and I assumed it was taping on the internal memory card, which I know has space. It wasn't. It was just taping on the phone, which was full. And so it kept turning off. And I'm like, what the heck is going on here? Why is it turning off when I'm almost finished with the video? Well, now I know. It's because of this, of the fact that my card was full. So I am working on 2 of these elephants. This is elephant number 1, in which I finished up all, well, except for the details that I will be adding later, I finished up the parts that are to be crocheted, the parts of the pattern that are to be crocheted. The details are stuff that I'm adding because I want to add it. I'm planning to put a little hat on this one. So I still have to make the hat, but first I have to sew it together. I need to sew it together. I need to have eyes so I know how to put the hat together. But I didn't feel like sewing, so I left it like this. This is the elephant. This is how roughly it will look. And I started the second one. That's the head, the body, the trunk, and I have started working on the ear, or one of the ear. There's actually 4 panels. This project takes a long time. This elephant here is more than 1 skein of yarn, which for an amigurumi pattern is a lot. Like, to tell you the truth, I think this is the only pattern I have ever made that takes up an entire skein of Red Heart soft yarn. I mean, the 50-gram ones, yes, those finish. But these, I don't know, how much does the soft have? I don't have a sleeve near me, do I? Okay, here it is. This is the color I used, light gray heather. And this yarn has where is the information? It has 204 yards, or 4 ounces, 113 grams of yarn. And I have never made a pattern before that would use up more than one of these balls of yarn, these skeins of yarn. This is the first time. Oh, it's not the first time. This is not the first time I'm making the elephant. It is the 3rd time I'm making this elephant. But I thought I had made sure I had enough yarn because I had more than 1 skein of yarn. I had some left over, and then which got about up to here on the head. And then the rest was from the new skein of yarn. And I don't have enough yarn to make a tail. I mean, I could, maybe with these ends, I'll be able to make a tail. Anyways, I used up the whole skein. This is my elephant. I am making 2 of them. And hopefully by the next video, I will be able to show them to you. And then I will ship it out to downstairs attic, which is what I'm making it for. And you could buy it from there if you like. It's people really like this elephant. This is, like I said, these are the 3rd and 4th ones I've made because the other 2 sold out and people asked for it, and I'm making 2 more, and I'm going to send them both at the same time. Anyways, I have rushed through this video because of my earlier video problems. I am so sorry. I'm hoping that I could get this done by bedtime, which is very, very, very soon. And so I'm going to let you go a rushed video about what I've been working on. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like this video, please like the video. If you want to hear more from me, please subscribe to me. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Somebody just came to join me. Bye.